guys, it's Nick from Bug Outdoors. It's Sunday today. I've got a little bit of free time. Not a lot, but a little bit. I want to go fishing, but I want to go riding. So I decided we're going to try and take the bike and do both. So this is my plan. I've never done this before, and I don't know what's going to work. I got a pole just bungeed here. I got my box. He's got some basic tackle. It's middle of the day. It's pretty much the worst time to go fishing, and it's also winter. So I don't have a lot of high expectations, but at least we'll get out of the house until I have to come back. So we'll see when we get there. Guys, so far we're doing good. We're almost there. So a few things I forgot to mention about this place. It's off-road, and I've never been there on the bike. I've been in the truck, and it's pretty rough, and if I recall, it was pretty sandy. So you all know how the kickstand is on this bike. It might be pretty interesting. We're gonna have to see what we can do about that. All right, so pole stayed on. I also forgot to mention that this is not my pole. It's a pole of a buddy's. And every time you cast it, it comes apart. But my pole is a one-piece pole, so we're gonna have to make do. It's better than sitting at home, right? All right, guys, see you there. Well guys, I think I've reached my first destination. It was definitely muddier than I expected to get here, but it's all fun. Bike stayed up on stock tires. I'm actually a little surprised at that. So get you set up for fishing and we'll have some fun. All right guys, and there we go. We're ready for some fishing. So like I said, or maybe I didn't say, but I am not an experienced fisherman, so this is not meant to be a tutorial. If you use this as a tutorial, you'll be like me and have a lot of fun and never catch a fish. So I'm gonna start out with just a little plastic swim bait. I've actually had some luck with it out here when I used to bring my boat. Never over here because I couldn't get a boat in here, but we'll see how it goes. And the pole didn't fall apart, so we're starting off good. If I didn't mention, guys, it's the middle of winter. Although it's a warm day, probably mid-60s. I know I should probably be using a jig, but I have no idea how to fish with the jig, so that's why we're not using a jig. All right, we'll switch it up a bit. We'll try a few different things. And I got another spot also that I can go to, but that spot is very, very sandy. So I'm a little nervous about taking the bike over there. Usually I carry a side stand puck on my bike, and I seem to have forgot it today, but I lucked out because at the gas station we stopped at, I found a small 2x4 chunk of wood, so we might be able to use that. We'll see. All right, we're gonna try one more here, and we're gonna try a fluke. It's a green with red speckles. It's another one I've had luck here, but again in the summer. I've also caught some here in a kayak with this. I'm not super good with them. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I tie them right, but it's worked. So, is what it is. We'll see. All right, guys, I went ahead and put on a white fluke. It's a smaller fluke. I don't expect much, but it's what it is. I also put on some bait butter that I got from one of the subscription fishing boxes. But made me wonder, what would you guys use in this situation? Mid-60s, middle of the day in winter. Water's fairly clear. I can see the bottom right at the edge at least. Sun's right over. Water's calm. What would you guys use? Would you use a jig or something else? Comment below, let me know. All right, guys, before we move on, I decided I would try the rattle trap here. It's another one I've had a lot of success with in the summer. So we'll see how it goes. If we don't get any bites or anything, then we're gonna move over to the sandy beach. Well, guys, seeing as we've had so much luck here, we're gonna go ahead and move over to the sandy beach. As I said, it was sandy. I think I spoke too soon. It looks pretty dang muddy. We'll see. Maybe too late to mention, but I'm not a skilled off-road motorcyclist. Oh man, and that's the road right there. Yep. Only live once, right? Well, no, we're gonna make it because that's where we need to go. So let's go take a look. And I don't think there's another way. Even I can't believe we made it. Oh. And that's good. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's about as sketchy as it's getting. The bike did fabulous. Got a little bit of mud packed in. If you don't think it's muddy, look at that shoe. Wife's gonna kill me, but I'm having fun. All right, we're getting fishing mode here. All right, guys, here we go. So this is where I launched my boat when I had one in my kayak. The water is usually a lot higher and it's usually way sandier. You know, I was regretting the sand and now I wish I would have had it because that mud was pretty intense. But usually I boat all out in here. Today I wanted to bring the bike, so we'll see. We're starting off with just a rattle trap. If I remember correct, there's not as much structure down here, but there definitely still is some. So we'll see how it goes. I thought that was a fish, but it was not. That's what it was. So much for not as much down here. All right, guys, so I tied on a jig. I'll be honest, I don't even know what kind of jig this is. I don't know if you can see it. It's got rattle white, which is a good color here in the summer. I don't know how to fish a jig, so we'll see. I want to say you fish it almost like a plastic worm, but I have no idea. I don't even know if this is the right kind of jig for this. So let me know in the comments below what it is. Also, if any of you guys know any really good jig tutorials, go ahead and put them down there also. Well guys, I think we're gonna call it here with the fishing. Get headed home before the wife gets too upset. Just let you enjoy it one more time. Hopefully I don't, we'll say, have bad luck getting out of here in that mud. I don't want to jinx myself. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day, guys. Alright guys. Well guys, here we are, we're back home. Good news, bad news. Good news, I didn't crash and nothing fell off the bike. Bad news, I didn't catch fish, but I had a blast not catching any. So I also have a kayak still right here. When it warms up, I'll take that out and we'll do some kayak fishing. So hope you guys have a good day. If you enjoyed this video, like, share it, subscribe it, comment below on what I can do better. Remember, I'm openly honest that I don't know what I'm doing. Give me any tips you got, any advice you got, link any videos that will help me fishing, especially in the winter, and we'll see you next time.